It's a full manager time for the Season 2 Italian Grand Prix. In practice 1, nothing much to report of, just the usual, not really pushing. 14th and 16th, 15th and 17th in practice 2. Again, nothing much to report of. Well, Aston Martin look quick here. Pardon me, 2nd and 5th in FP2 with, I believe, quite good setups. Yeah, 100 for George, 96 for Lewis. George got 100% drive confidence, Lewis has 97.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Alternative tyre allocation rules applied this time round. That means each team has to tackle Q1 on the hard compound tyres, Q2 on mediums and Q3 on soft.
Karun, if we could perhaps talk about Lewis for a moment. How do you think he's feeling?
We saw them set an impressive lap time in practice, so it's a great start as they move into qualifying. But as we all know, a good performance in practice doesn't guarantee success over the rest of the weekend.
And with that, let's get back onto the track.
Into Q1 on the final laps in preparation for the big boy lap, the one and done. It's ATA qualifying, so Q1 on the hards, Q2 on the mediums and Q3 on the soft. Turn 1, turn 2, decent. George going through 3 and 4. Actually a purple sector for George and now purple for Lewis. So are we back? Do we have the pace to compete for the win again? Unlike in Zandvoort where we were just a little too slow, which cost us probably what was probably a good chance to win the race. Anyway, George green, Lewis purple, car getting in the way a little bit there, might have lost Lewis 10th or 2. Sorry if you can hear all the construction work, there is construction work next door. George only 10th and Lewis only 7th, so after purple, Lewis just decided no, as George goes through a car at the end of Q2, because we're now on the one and only lap on the mediums. Through turn 1 and 2, hopefully that Williams gets out of the way, which it should have done. As Lewis comes through 1 and 2, down towards the first sector, up towards the top of the track. And me, both of the green sectors now rising through the Lesmos, ducking down to the second Lesmo, then going all the way down to the bottom of the track through Ascari, where this is where time you can either find half a second here or lose half a second here. It's brutal. As they come around the final corner, goes up to the line. George P7, Lewis P14. Oh, they're on 2 flying laps. So we have been blocked, but we do need to improve. Both cars need to improve. George gone yellow. Lewis has gone green. Okay, that's good. Rising up to the bottom, the top of the track again. Then dipping down into Lesmo 2, dipping down to Ascari, where the lap is make or break. Lewis must have just got distracted, lifted or something, with all those cars getting in the way. George, his loss was probably at the very start of the lap with the Alpine, as now there's a Ferrari which will give him slipstream, kind of, around the last corner.
That's currently
up the line. George P7, Lewis takes P7 off him. 7th and 8th in Q2. Not looking good, Brad. The pace is not great. Into Q3, last little bit in Q3. Lewis is getting slipstream from a Ferrari, and George was meant to be getting slipstream from Lewis, but I think he's a bit too far back for that. So, as they come rising to the top of the track, through the, after Curva Grande, through Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2, down to Ascari, where all the lap is decided. Lewis purple in the first sector, that's quite good. Through Ascari, the left and the right and the left, down towards Parabolica, the very bottom of the track, the daring right-hander, down towards the main straight. It's going to be, at the moment, Lewis P3, George P5, beating Verstappen, so that's always something. Beating Verstappen and Leclerc, that's really good for Lewis, because 2 non-title rivals are in front. Alonso is not here yet. Magnussen is 9th at the moment. Sonoda is 10th. That should stay as it is. We are P3 and P5 on the grid for the Italian Grand Prix.
It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
Monza has seen some incredible moments in the past. Pierre Gasly's unexpected 2020 victory reminded us of how wonderfully unpredictable this sport can be.
Lewis there, getting himself ready for today's race. Karun, how's he going to be feeling at the moment, do you think?
You know what, Crofty? They're performing well above what's been expected of them so far. All in all, not a bad place to be.
Well, this is going to be one thrilling Italian Grand Prix, and we're nearly ready to kick things off. All 10 teams are now getting set up as the drivers... Here we are at the oldest circuit in Europe for this, the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go!
Indeed, it is lights out and away we go as we start the Italian Grand Prix, making sure both drivers are on high overtake aggression, going for a medium to hard to try and up this race out and see what we can do. Going through the first 2 corners, Lewis is going to lose a place here if he's not careful, as for some reason I've paused it for about 12 years. This was the last race that I played on controller, because I've recorded Singapore. It's not out yet. I've done a Twitch stream on it. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, MegaGamer8888 on Twitch. And yeah, I was playing on keyboard as Lewis somehow gets up to the lead. What a goat. And he's now defending the lead against Carlos Sainz, but Lewis would gain 13 points on this. No, yeah, 13 points on Verstappen if it was finished like this. As Verstappen gets past now. When did Verstappen get past Perez? Make sure we keep that fuel. I have under-fueled by a lap, because I heard it got you better starts in F1 Manager, but apparently I've not seen it, so I'm not going to believe it. As Lewis is now tumbling down to fourth, as Sainz comes into the pits. And Russell has lost DRS to Perez, or now DRS to Lewis, as Perez is now fighting Lewis. Hanging around the outside of Lesmo 1, it's not even a contest. Red Bull decide to double stack Perez in front of Verstappen. We bring George in on lap 25. So just under the halfway stage of the Grand Prix, onto hards, 3.1 second stop, not bad by our standards, but bad compared to Ferrari. We're probably losing about 7 to 8 tenths in the pit stop, which is just unbelievable, and you can't do that. You can't keep losing 7-8 tenths every pit stop. As Lewis comes in on lap 26, 3.2. Again, that might have even been a second we lost. It just can't keep happening. But because everyone else pit really early and we didn't, we have built a tyre offset now. As we begin to speed along the Grand Prix, Verstappen takes fastest lap, but that... Oh, Perez has just taken out Leclerc. That's given us the places to Leclerc, and Perez has been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. That's epic. Now we just need to share the DRS and get inside the 5-second window of Perez, and then we'll be 3rd and 4th. Podium is on here, and with the tyre offset, if we can get that close, who knows? Because Perez might even be carrying a bit of damage. I know Leclerc's certainly carrying a bit of damage. He's lost an end plate as Lewis and George are fighting. I don't know who got DRS there, but George overtakes Lewis on lap 35, and they are ding-dong battling, but they are getting closer. Not quite there. Verstappen's about 5 seconds off the lead, so we're about 8 seconds off the lead. Or even more, we're 9 seconds off the lead. Now we're 8.8 seconds off the lead. We are gaining. The offset is working. We're saving the fuel. Then once we've saved the fuel, we can push more, and we'll get there. And at this point in time, they're just swapping places. 8.4 seconds, we gained 6 tenths. 8.3. George is almost done with his fuel saving. Lewis got quite a bit more to do. George goes down inside of Lewis. They're just ding-dong battling lap 38. So I think we're just under 8 seconds off, maybe just over. It's hard to see without the gap. 15 laps to go. This is definitely possible. I don't think we'll be able to fight for more than third and fourth, and we'll have to prioritise Lewis. Because Lewis needs those championship points, because we're going to be losing 3 to Verstappen regardless. So I'd rather lose 3 than lose 5. As George and Lewis are still saving. Lewis seems to be saving at a fairly quicker rate as they now rise through Curva Grande and into the chicane. Lewis can just brake so much later with the lighter car. And it's only 0.2, it's 200 grams lighter. As George has got DRS, George is going to fly past. So if you can hear the music or the building. Lewis then goes past George. George is fighting Lewis on the apex. Lewis then gets past George. Yellow flag has been brung out, nothing made of it. We're now 5 seconds off, I think. Maybe 10 laps to go. Yeah, we're 5.1 off the lead. 5.1. 5.0. 5.0, 5.1. I'm completely ignoring that fight. I'm just focusing on Perez at this stage. As it's just gone to 4.9 now, we're inside with both cars. 4. Pete Lewis just gone up to 4th. George has just gone up to 4th. Now the battling means a lot more. But I am going to have to prioritise Lewis over George because Lewis is closer to Max in the championship fight. And also, we need to gain point. We need to maximise the point gain over Leclerc and minimise the loss to Verstappen. As we're now here in the lead fight anyway. But now George is battling his teammate, which is not good. So I'm going to try and stop George from doing that. As Lewis goes down the inside. Lewis possibly up to 3rd. No, can't quite do it. Into turn 1. 3 laps to go. Lewis has done it. Lewis P3. Braking late into the corner.
So instant is exit.
Can't quite get Sergio Perez with 3 laps to go. On the final lap though, can get Sergio Perez. Now he just needs to get Max Verstappen, but was unavailable to do so. It's going to be P2 and P4 in the
Really happy with that
Italian Grand Prix.
Thank you so much for your consistent efforts.
Nice work, Lewis.
So that's checkered flag. P4. Good race.
That's definitely done with limitation. Good stuff.
Wow, what a fantastic drive from Lewis Hamilton.
This podium is something the whole team can be proud of. Excellent strategy and perfectly executed.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations. And Lewis Hamilton takes to the podium once more, adding yet another trophy to his legacy.
Podium number 8 now, I think they've reached this season. That's really impressive.
And that, right there, is a picture-perfect end to
Can
this
somebody
weekend
tell me
in
why
Monza.
Carlos is on the podium, even though George finished 4th, but would have been 3rd because of Perez's penalty, and it says he was 4 tenths clear of Sainz. We've been robbed. We have been robbed in F1
And as
Manager.
proceedings start to wind down here, what will Mercedes have made of this result, Karun?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And with that, our time in Italy is done for another year.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
Excuse me? He was 1,000th behind, but yet he crossed the line first. F1 Manager? You're going to make any sense today? How have we just lost? We've just been robbed of 3 points. I mean, Lewis loses 8 in the championship to Max, which is not good. And that's like Max's 6th, 7th win of the season. 6th. So Lewis is 4th. We need to start winning again. We've got Singapore, Japan. Like, how far are we off? I think that was 65 to 81, so 16 points off. We can't afford to keep losing points like this. As Frederick Vesti goes up 1 performance rating, and we're going to put the pit crew on stuff to make the pit stop time 0.02 or 0.2 faster, as both cars will get a new chassis for next race and Lewis will get the new side pod. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn notifications on for all the F1 Manager content. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.